CCTV. I was just sitting here reflecting on some of the events that I've had happen in my life. And Mo Goldberg, Maurice Mo Goldberg. I was a vendor at Judiciary Square. And I saw these people standing around gawking at something. Everybody was, something had their attention, but I couldn't see what because it was like down some little steps. So I kind of like raised up out of my chair like so, and I could see part of his body, and I ran over to see. So he had a heart attack, and he fell face first and was bleeding like a pig, man. I mean, I'm talking about he was laying in a big old pool of blood. And when I saw this, I said, man, at least y'all could pick the man up out of his blood, And that's when I ran down and I kind of like rolled him over and held him out of his blood. And I'm watching him turn purple. And it took the ambulance forever to come. And we at Judiciary Square, okay? So I don't quite remember. Oh, the ambulance asked me my name and number, and information, and that's how his wife got in touch with me, and she invited me to the funeral. Man, don't you know that rascal's son in New York City sent me $100, and because he called and asked me what direction his father was coming from, because he was a developer or something. He was doing some kind of business, going to the tax office, and they was trying to find his car, And I said he came from toward the Labor Department, So they found a car, but he ended up sending me just put my address, didn't even put a return address, nothing, $100 bill. Okay, that's what his son sent me. Okay, but I went to his funeral, man. I was at his funeral. I was sitting right next to his wife at his funeral. Mo Goldberg, man. And the very first, we had 2 Ku Klux Klan rallies in D.C. back in the 90s when Sharon Pratt Kelly was mayor. The very first one, a guy down at 14th and Constitution Avenue said, "There's a skinhead in the crowd. Get him out of here." And it was in the direction where I was, and a white guy started panicking, man, and running. And boy, they started beating this cat, and the guy had a hammer. I mean, a baseball bat, man. And he was just beating on the guy. And I said, man, you're a prisoner in your own community. That man ain't done nothing to you. Why are you doing this to him? And he froze. And when he froze, I picked the guy up and walked him to the ambulance. And when we got to the ambulance, he said, "Sir, I forgot my glasses. I don't have my glasses." I went back in the crowd, got his glasses, and came back and gave it to him. And I never met the guy. I don't know who he is. To this day, I couldn't tell you who that guy is. All right? But if I hadn't brought him out that car, man, they'd have killed him. All right? But that's just to give you a little example about some of the stuff I've done. Okay? I'll see you later, man.